Kenya's transport and infrastructure sector continues to face a plethora of challenges therein. How best can we address such bottlenecks and also make sure that our transport system is viable and also a seamless one for many Kenyans to use and taxpayers at large? That forms the basis of our conversation today on Business Glide, your go-to show on matters public policy, business and economics at large, hosted by yours truly, son of the soil, Richard Mwanjo. On board to delve into this conversation, of course, to help me delve into the conversation, is none other than public scholar, the best in Eastern and Central Africa, this side of the Sahara, Herman Manyora. Great to see you, sir.
Yes, how are you, sir?
Always on your phone.
This is where the world is now. That is where the world has taken us.
You still need technology and you're aging, you're going to retirement?
No. It is us we are technology. We don't even need it. We are the technology.
Not Itumbi.
No, Itumbi.
And us.
It's using for rumors.
That's a very serious Hustler Nation Intelligence Bureau.
Those rumors.
Giving NIS a run for their money.
No, just rumors.
Rumors.
But you must know that words are very powerful. They can bring down a country.
Words. Very well. Straight into today's conversation on matters bringing sanity to our transport and infrastructure sector under Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen. And let's start from what many consider the bedrock of easier way to riches in Kenya. That is the tendering processes in the Ministry of Transport, particularly therein. Do you believe that indeed, if you want to get quick riches, microwave success in Kenya as a contractor, then the best cash cow is the Ministry of Transport? Do you believe that?
It's transport and energy.
Those two. Not even
quick money. Water kidogo hapo, dams. Quick money. Billionaire.
Only when doing mega roads or even
only Mother Karua can be there and live without being a billionaire. Everybody else comes out of those places with billions following them and falling off them.
Falling off them?
Yeah.
Have you seen word making round that now CS Kipchumba Murkomen is a man of means, splashing opulence? This is a man who's been in government for quite a while. Why are people taking concern with his
people are saying he's wearing
riches?
Birioni 1-point-something million
Hublot watches.
But it's normal. You know, and I'm not going to blame anybody. It is a society in which we live. You see? Society rubs on you. If you do otherwise, you look abnormal. If you become a minister in charge of such a big docket and you are not a billionaire, you are not splashing money, you are not buying huge dinners and paying drinks.
Luxury cars.
1.5 million suit, people will call you a fool. So we live in a country where people worship money and, opulence and, materialism. There's a word I'm looking for. Conspicuous consumption is the order of the day, and people are seeing you are big. Hoarding of money and basically living like 18th century creatures.
People never took concern.
There is a book I would invite Kenyans to look for. I don't know whether it is still in print. I don't know where my copy is. It's a small book. England in the 18th century. Somebody saying what things that used to make people tick. A big house in the village. People are looking back and wondering, how stupid could people have been? To have a big house which you'll sleep in maybe once or twice before you die. Somebody's wondering, look, do you know somebody would go to a butchery and buy 4 pounds of meat? They are wondering. 4 pounds, and there were no fridges. 4 pounds. 4 pounds is what? It's like 2 kilos.
2 kilos, yeah.
2 kilos. Today, Kenyans buy 10 kilos. There's a butcher somewhere here, very popular. I don't want to mention the name.
10 kilos.
It starts with J-O.
I know.
You know it?
I know it.
You go there around 4 o'clock when Kenyans are passing to Karen. But when they made the road has messed them. It has been killed because the road was now drawled. And therefore, on your way to Karen, if you are to go to that butcher, it will disturb. But when it was just you can turn and off, in and out.
1 man, 10 kgs.
10, 15, 7, 5. But what are the things you do with money? If you come to ask yourself, if somebody gave you 2 billion shillings, what can you do with it? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. So, you must be a stupid person to want to have 1 billion after another and after another. I'm going to do a show and give an example of a farmer who inherits 5 acres of land from the father. He's called Kiptanui. He tries very hard, mahindi, gunia hamsini, gunia ngapi. He takes children to school. One of the boys is an agriculture officer. Another one, the lady is a farmer, is a banker. So with ideas from the children and support, the man begins to farm, to lease some pieces of land from neighbors.
Agribusiness.
Then he begins to get 100 bags, 200 bags. Then he buys 10 acres extra. You see what I'm saying? Then he buys another 20 acres. Now, he even has machinery. He has a tractor or two, hala, whatever. I want to make people to know so that if Kipchumba is trying to make billions, he can understand what I'm saying. Now, this person with the children and the family get to a point where now they have even 100 acres, expanding, borrowing from the bank because the daughter can advise the father on financing and what have you. Now they have combine harvesters, they can harvest. Then they say, now what do we do? They go into value addition. They have a small mill to process maize and even get from neighbors. That is good. You are creating wealth. And there's satisfaction in creating wealth. That old man now is about 75. He feels happy that he has been able to create something. Every year he adds something to what he has. There is satisfaction in creating wealth. Secondly, if this man goes to his Mecca, because one day he will have to go to his Mecca.
Eventually, yeah.
The family is part of the thing. The daughter, the son, the grandson, the daughter-in-law, the son-in-law. You see, they are part of the family. So that is the sustainability. There is life after them, after him. There's perpetuity. The family business continues.
They were embedded in its success.
Yes, and he got satisfaction from making. This year he was able to produce 2,000 bags of maize. He can remember the days he could hardly produce 20. You see that satisfaction?
Yeah.
Now you just want to get money and put in a bank. Where is the satisfaction? In just getting money. Unangoa tu hapa pesa ya serikali. Mchina anakuja barabara ingekuwa 2 billion, munafanya 7 billion. Anakupa bilioni 3. Unaenda unatupa mali zingine ziko. Unless you are an animal, where is the satisfaction you are getting? Because you are not creating wealth. Secondly, when you die, these things will die with you. Some of the money even your family will not know where you kept, because maybe it was still in the process. Sababu hii pesa siku hizi huwezi kuchukua tu kwa contractor akupe weke kwa account, inapitia wapi? Dubai, unatuma mtu Dubai, offshore nini. In the process uko na accident. Before you process it in a way that somebody from the family you have died in an accident. And even some you have kept because you have hidden. Some of it you are hiding so that you can eat with your girlfriend. So even your wife doesn't know, then you die. Hata hiyo inapotea. I know of a really story of a governor who got some money from the county. He couldn't put in his account or his wife's account. He put in the account of the daughter-in-law.
What?
And the daughter-in-law akatoroka akawachana na mtoto yake. And the money got lost. So what I'm saying, whether you are in the roads ministry or where there are money, please.
What then do you think?
Try to be a human being. Don't get money like an animal, which you don't even need.
Dignity and integrity in life.
And there's no satisfaction. There is no satisfaction in anything you are doing. You are just picking and...
Money is not the master fixer of all that.
Look at how the Kenyatas are enterprising. Look at how they are creating wealth. Every year the portfolio is going up. They are in banking, they are in education, they are in
energy sector.
Milk, energy, they are in all sectors. And they are creating wealth. So at the end of the year, When they sit down and they look at the books,
It makes sense.
but you unachukua tu pesa umepewa na Mchina ama sijui na Muhindi ama sijui Mjapanese.
And no company can attach to your name.
Then you just go and put it in some account. Satisfaction in just piling billions which you don't even need. You must be an animal.
Very well then. But then again, on your side.
And remember, because of that, the shoddy work will lead to many people dying on the road.
We're getting to advance that conversation to get that point of just curbing such issues. But before we get to that, what do you think informs the Ministry of Transport's insatiable appetite to get into strategic partnerships, more so with donors and all these people who really want us, Kenya, to improve our infrastructure, especially on transport? What do you think informs that appetite?
They want money to eat. But there are also foreigners who also want to make money from third world countries through inflated project costs.
High-flying countries like China can stoop that low?
You see, it's not, look here. Ask the ministry. Is there any element or aspect of technology transfer? Somebody cannot build for you 50 roads, 20 roads, 10 roads without you knowing how to do even one. It's called
technology transfer.
Technology transfer.
Yeah.
When you give a businessman from China or UK or wherever it is, a contract worth 3 billion. From the 3 billion you pay him, how much of that money goes to the community where the project is? In any way. Yes. Can that contractor from their profit even put up one clinic, one dispensary, one school?
Yet we have lost that actually mandate there to be local employment plans and all that.
How much of the 3 billion a contractor gets to put up a road through from Nakuru maybe to Kericho? How much of that money, the 3 billion you pay him, goes towards local labor?
Masai were taking issue with the
SGR. They were actually the Kipsigis.
Yeah.
Ni ujinga mtupu. So if you are a minister, you should preside over that. But it's very difficult for anybody to preside over that because they are busy looking for money. And I'm not saying Kipchumba. I'm just saying it's a normal trend.
It's a normal trend.
Yeah, it's a normal trend.
The predecessors set a very ground.
We are predator in everything we do. We want to eat. We don't care about the country. We don't care about this, whether these roads will last. We don't care about anything. We just care about money, just money. Big money.
Not the standards of the road.
So ukiingia kwa club, kila mtu anajua fulani ameingia. Then you just splash.
Watu wapewe.
Ukiwa na ka function kidogo nyumbani, you spend 20 billion.
Point noted there.
There were people like Oyugi or whatever, and who had a wedding, I think, for the daughter or something, and catering was from Kisumu, big hotels and Nairobi and everything else. And some musicians refused to play and they faced the music. But at the end of the day, you know what? At the end of the day, we shall all die.
It's all vanity.
It's all vanity. And man lives here for just a short time. And you leave no mark. And yet we will all die.
You build impassable roads, they kill Kenyans, and it will catch up with you in the fullness of time. But then again, in just a way to address issues to do with how passable our roads are, or even the standards, we have seen the government trying to stamp up its effort with regards to taming down the statistics that come from road accidents. One of the ways has been the suspension of the National Transport and Safety Authority Director General, that is Njao. And he has been suspended. Also, we've seen the revoking of licenses of all those circles that have been involved in all those fatal accidents very recently. Do you think that's one of the avenues that can bring sanity in public service transport in Kenya?
We need, in the immediate, radical measures such as those of Michuki, which everybody can see. But for the long term, we need to have a conversation. We need to look at some of the issues and let people address the issues that affect our roads and safety on our roads for long-term solutions. But in the immediate, there must be very radical suggestions. For example, either the matatus will have to operate knowing they are carrying human beings and not bags of potato, or they should be removed from the roads completely. We have organized transport, organized transport.
With traffic police ensuring
No organized transport. We used to have OTC and the rest. Kenya bus. Organized. Hakuna mchezo. Everything is according to procedure and rules. Timetable. Either we have that or the matatus shape up. If they don't shape up, we just remove them.
nothing to do with business communities?
No. You can go to hell. We will not allow you to make money and enjoy it on the graves of Kenyans. That's radical. But for long term, we need to find out how we can. Because you see, so long as we are led by this idea of money, and forgive me for going back to that,
Yeah.
we will never do anything sensible. We don't care whether people die or not because we are making money. We don't care. It doesn't mean anything to anybody that we lose more than 3,000 people on our roads every year. It doesn't mean anything to people.
School buses are
Yeah.
going down.
Innocent children going about their own business, going for function, and they just perish. You don't know the pain parents go through. Your daughter is at university. They are going for games, and you hear she has perished. The pain, I've lost a son, I know. I lost a son in an accident. I know the pain people go through. So it's not just about making money. It's not just about business. It's about real pain. And for those who don't know it, it's real pain. I'm speaking as a parent who has lost a son in an accident. I know what it is. The pain is not anything you can even try to describe. It is terrible pain. And it's nothing to people, so long as they are making money. We can't run a country like that. No. People will still die because accidents occur. And let them be accidents. Ours is madness. It's not accidents, just madness.
That we could have controlled.
You are innocently driving on the road. Some madman driving a matatu or some lorry, overtaking, then you just head on with you.
Or politicians, they are chase cars on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Chasing after time.
No. We can't run a country like that. We must create sanity and order in the country.
Sanity and order.
And I think it's about time we asked many hard questions. And we sought answers to those questions. Can we, for example, honestly speaking, in all fairness to ourselves and to anybody else, continue with this current transport arrangement we have on our roads? The answer is no.
Even with NTSO on board.
You are driving a vehicle and a bus passes you as if you are stagnant, as if you are stalled. Ni kama umekwama na basi inakupita. Carrying human beings, 70, 60 of them. When you look on the speedometer, you are doing 100. And the bus, that thing behind is doing like this. Ile imeandikwa maneno, hakuna matata.
Mzee ni wewe.
Mzee ni wewe. And when you look at the speedometer, you are doing 100. And the bus is passing on you as if you are doing 110 na matatu inakupita. So if you tell me you are a minister in charge of transport, I just go tell you, you eat the money. Don't tell me you are a minister.
Not just launching dual highways.
You are not a minister. You are just somebody to get money, make money, dress well. But you are not a minister.
If you're in charge of police
Because
traffic.
every life that is lost carelessly like that, the blood is on your hands. It will come to haunt you, including your families in future. It is written in the Bible. I hope you know that.
Yeah, sure enough. But do you think the better way for us to walk this journey could probably start from that point of roping in the traffic police and getting them to be a bit more accountable and sort of integrity in the execution of their mandate?
You know, there's a problem with this piecemeal approach to things. We like blaming the police, but they are just a small part of the problem.
Kunywa chai ya kwa barabara.
They're just a small, and even they are innocent policemen. You give them a bribe, they refuse. They take you. You give them, they refuse. They take you, then you are released. You know, again, even as we blame policemen.
Or anapewa transfer.
Anapewa transfer. So the problem is not just the police. It's a system that we need to address, beginning by certain things we need to do immediately. Like, just ask ourselves, can the madness on our roads continue?
The answer is no.
The answer is no. So either those engaged in public transport today shape up or they go out. And the beginning point, if you ask me, we must remove matatus from our roads. All of them.
We reinvent the wheel.
We just remove all the matatus. All these crazy buses on our road. We give them 6 months to form companies and bring modern buses on the road. We shall not allow foreigners to bring. We give them 6 months. Molo Lines, G-Ward, Prestige, all of you.
Kenya and all that.
All of you form companies and go and bring modern buses to operate between Kisumu and Nairobi with a timetable. And your drivers and conductors will be trained people.
Trained people.
Trained by the National Youth Service.
Allah.
Trained.
No, just
And they will be employed. Anybody who works for you is employed.
on a contract.
Hakuna kibarua hapo.
Kamagera.
Ameandikwa kazi, he'll get a salary. He'll be a member of a SACCO, maybe he can get a loan. He will have a pension when he retires.
There you go. It is time for the Minister of Transport to take action and probably borrow a leaf from what Herman Manyora is dispensing as nuggets of wisdom on how better the sector can be revitalized. It now is time for Fan of the Week. It is this gentleman from Moiben, Isaac Ruto, a man in charge of several tree nurseries. Isaac Ruto from Moiben.
Oh, I have heard of Isaac Ruto, the tree man.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Isaac Ruto, for being part of us. We really thank you.
And he also says you need to go to Moiben and also buy a few trees from him.
Moiben, I really want to go to Moiben and see whether the Kaburu marks are still there.
They're still there.
That's where actually most of the Boers are settled.
Ah.
Yes.
You also need to plant trees in Vihiga, right?
We need to.
We need to.
Yes.
And to achieve that goal by
I
the
need to
president.
go and see him and see how he's doing it.
You will definitely.
Isaac Ruto, thank you very much.
Yeah, asanteni sana. If you want to be Fan of the Week, head over to Twitter. I'm at Mwenje Richard. DM me there your location and also your name, and also tag that particular edition of Business Glade that you've watched, and definitely you will be our next Fan of the Week. Until next time on this particular show, God bless.